we got enough? Is it going to go live? Oh, there we are. We are in business. All right, welcome everyone. And it'll just be a few more minutes before we give everyone a little bit. All right, let's start the show.
My headlight. We worried we'd have to fight to get paid for such a small claim.
And life would revolve around the shopping cart. That never happened. Geico got it fixed fast.
It feels good to get going again. It feels good to Geico.
Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with Easy Chicken Parm for One. That's right, we've miniaturized our very popular chicken parm casserole, which uses a very fast and easy no-fry method. And we get the same amazing results as traditional chicken parm without having to do any of the work. And to get started, we're going to prep some kind of small casserole or baking dish by drizzling in a few teaspoons of olive oil, followed by a nice pinch of red pepper flakes. And once that's set, we will take a boneless, skinless chicken breast, and we'll place that in smooth side down, and we will generously season the top with some salt, as well as a nice pinch of freshly ground black pepper. And as you can probably see, this one did not come with the tenderloin attached. But if your chicken breast did come with that, it's going to work exactly the same, except it might just take a little longer to cook. And once we have that side seasoned, we'll go ahead and flip it over and do the exact same thing to the other side. And this was a fairly large breast that was just over 8 ounces, which means we are going to need a certain amount of salt to season it properly. But depending on how salty your croutons are, you may need to adjust that slightly. But anyway, once that's been salt and peppered, we will grab some marinara sauce, and we will...
Don't you traditionally cook the chicken before you put it in the oven?
Spoon a generous portion over the top. And ideally that's homemade, using one of our recipes, of course. But if there was ever a recipe where you could get away using a prepared jar from the store, this would be the recipe. Plus, we're making this for one, so there's not going to be anyone around to judge us. And once that has been sauced, we will top that with half of our cheese, and we'll be using 2 kinds. Some mozzarella, of course. And we definitely want to try to use the low moisture variety, and not that soft, wet, sticky, fresh stuff. And once that's been applied, we'll also sprinkle over half our freshly grated Parmesan. And of course we're using the real stuff, Parmigiano Reggiano. And once our sauce has been cheesed, we will grab the key to the whole operation, some crispy croutons. And whether those are homemade or store-bought, I do like to break about half of them up so that we get a nice diverse array of sizes. Okay, if you're using those small square ones, you could just put them on as is, since those are probably too hard to break up. But since these were kind of flat and relatively large, I did break up about half of them and put the rest on whole. And as you will hopefully see, feel, and taste, those croutons are going to simulate the crunchy coating on a properly cooked chicken parm. Except maybe even better. and I'm going to talk more about that later. But once our crouton is on, we will go ahead and top this with the rest of our cheese. All right, mozzarella first, followed by the Parmesan. And of course, if you want to use some other Italian cheeses, like provolone or pecorino, go ahead. I mean, you are, after all, the Chef John of making chicken parm just for one. But no matter what you use, once that's been scattered over, this is ready to place into the center of a 400-degree oven for about 30 to 35 minutes, or until our chicken's cooked through, and it hopefully looks like this. Oh yeah, now that looks enticing, and it looks done. But let's not guess. Let's go ahead and grab a thermometer, and we'll make sure we've reached the proper internal temp, which for me is going to be somewhere between 145 and 150. And I'm going to go ahead and use a nice freeze frame here.
I'm sorry, but shouldn't chicken be cooked to 165?
You can see that was just about perfect. And that's it. We'll let this rest for about 5 minutes before we serve it. During which time, if we want, we can garnish the top with some freshly chopped Italian parsley. And that's it. I'm going to pick that up and transfer it onto a towel so it doesn't slide all over when I go in for the official taste. And that, my friends, if everything goes according to plan, should taste exactly like a classic chicken Parmesan. And above and beyond the flavor, we should be enjoying all the same textures as well. Except with classic chicken parm, even if you manage to fry it and cook it perfectly, once the sauce and cheese gets involved, you do lose a lot of that crispy texture. Whereas with this method, our croutons mostly stay nice and crunchy. So besides being way easier and way faster, and not requiring any messy dredging or pan frying, I think this method might actually give us a better texture, since we should be enjoying crispy crunchy goodness in almost every bite. And by the way, in the original chicken parm casserole recipe, I actually had you brown the chicken breast first in a pan, which I did not do here to save you a step. And I was curious how big of a difference that was going to make. But as it turns out, I could not tell the difference. So basically we made that very easy recipe even easier. And usually, there's some sacrifices and compromises involved when we're using one of these time-saving recipe hacks. But here that is certainly not the case, which is why I really do hope you give it a try soon. So please follow the links below for the ingredient amounts.
All right. Let's do this. Lasagna, the American way.
Lasagna that is so cheesy, so creamy, so buffalo-y. I don't even know if that's a f***ing word, but it doesn't matter. We're cooking a buffalo chicken lasagna. Let's begin. First things first, what we're doing, we're taking chicken thighs over here. I like breasts just like the next guy, but when it comes to chicken, I prefer the thighs. We're gonna come in here. Yes, I'm putting it into a cold pan. Sue me. Lightly seasoned. It's gonna have like buffalo sauce and like ranch powder. You're gonna see what it's gonna have.
Well, it depends on what you're doing, but yeah, there are a bunch of people that'll bitch and complain. Namely, one jackass in a corncob costume.
But it's gonna be rather salty, so you can go easy on the seasoning here. Now this is gonna be one of the easiest sauces you've ever seen in your entire life. Philadelphia cream cheese. What the f just happened? If you buy the off-brand cream cheese, it doesn't melt right. I don't know what they do to it in Philadelphia. Coming over here to the fridge, what are we getting? We're gonna get some milk. You can use whatever kind of milk you want. Just make sure it came from a tit. A good amount, don't worry. It's gonna simmer away and get thicker. Next thing you know, we're coming in here. Ranch seasoning. Don't go all out and cut your own seasonings and make your own shit. Just add 2 packets of this. Give this a good little, quick little look. Bada bing. Gonna come in here with just a splash more cheese. I should be using cheddar for that part. I figure the orange is cheddar, so that'll work. Now let's sodium bomb the fuck out of this bitch. I could put buffalo sauce on anything. I could eat a sandal with buffalo sauce on it. Look at this. Oh, that's creamy. Ow! Ow! I'm a dumbass. That obviously was gonna be hot. Why did I just do that? That is delightful though. I'm not gonna lie, that's really good. what we have going on here. We're gonna do some scallions here. We're literally only adding these so that it has some semblance of greenery, so you think that it's healthy. I eat my vegetables. Some fat people, they don't even like vegetables. Even adding this right here is a huge no-no. They're like, oh my God, you ruined it. Get over yourself. It's not gonna be a problem. Oh, this looks insane. Creamy. Just come in, dice it. This doesn't have to be perfect. You're gonna get these little fucking chicken thigh bombs. This lasagna is gonna be so bomb, you can't even consume it 30 minutes before going to the airport, because that bitch will get you TSA blacklisted. All right, this chicken is chopped, and we will now begin to assemble it once we get back from this commercial break. Would you look at that?
And skip a bit.
Myself, J-Rod, and myself. So we don't need to go too apeshit over here on like the portion size. We're gonna take our beautiful Buffalo Ranch cream sauce here. Fuck this, this is too small of a spoon. I'm trying to get aggressive over here. I'm trying to get naughty. I'm gonna use a ladle. Take our buffalo cream right here. Layer that bitch all over the bottom. Oh my. That sauce is so pretty, it almost makes me want to get down on one knee. Lasagna noodles. If you want to be a tryhard now, you could go ahead and boil them beforehand. Coming right in here. More cream.
Okay, you're not gonna cook the fucking lasagna noodles. What is wrong with you?
Or redneck bechamel, whichever you'd prefer. Chicken, coming in here. Little greenery, not necessary. Now because I'm a because I don't, trying not to cuss is so annoying. Now look, because this is for me, I'm adding blue cheese because I think it's gonna make it taste better. Although we're not gonna go apeshit with the blue cheese because there is too much of a good thing. And we're gonna come in here with a little mozzarella. You wanna waste your time shredding some fresh shit? Go for it. I don't. I'm not gonna be able to shit for a week after this. Layer 2.
Okay, dude, you know that a food processor will take care of the shredding in like 8 seconds.
Oh, what the fuck just happened there? Press that down. I'm trying to get as many layers as possible here. I don't want my pants to fit after this. More chicken. That's a teacher's salary worth of chicken at Chipotle. Look, I'm not saying this is gonna earn a Michelin, but this is gonna be really fucking good. Oh yeah, like a glove. That's how it's done. Why didn't I do that the whole time? Oh, this is some big back shit. I'm honestly probably gonna get blacklisted from Italy after this. I'm like one more fucking, like probably completely barred from Italy after
Dude, your joke died.
this. Last layer. I thought I was gonna add celery. I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be like buffalo wings, little crunch of celery throughout the lasagna. I'm gonna go ahead and pretend that it's gonna go into a stock, but that motherfucker ain't becoming ants on a log anytime soon. Into the oven we go. Fuck, I'm really testing out the strength of this fucking shirt. We want that pasta cooked. We want this kitchen cleaner. So I'm gonna do that. I'll see you in 45. That's so stupid. What the fuck am I doing? Oh my goodness. This looks great just the way that it is, but I want to be extra because this is for a video and I gotta make it look extra because we need something called a thumbnail. Oh yeah, little ranch, little blue cheese crumbles. Again, you don't like blue cheese, don't fucking use it. Now look, I used to hate blue cheese myself, I really did. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I woke up one day and I was like, blue cheese over ranch. Only with chicken wings though, okay?
I love blue cheese.
Don't knock it till you try it at least 7 times optimistically. That's what they say when you want to have a new flavor profile introduced to yourself that you don't hate. Or so I've been told. And we're gonna come in here with a bread knife because we want the serrated blade to cut through the cheese without pulling it apart. Shit. Oh. Damn it. We really do put the extra effort in, but nothing ever works, except when it does. That was not one of those times. You heard the fucking ranch bottle, it shit all over the place. Italians, I know that's wrong, but it tastes right.
Alright. The only thing I disagree with is cook your fucking noodles before you make a goddamn lasagna. Alright, let's do some shorts. Amazing Meat Lovers Pizza, made with apparently expensive-ass ingredients. Oh, exclusive ingredients. I'm sorry. Exclusive-ass ingredients. Ingredients can't be exclusive. Your pizza's an oxymoron. You suck. I hope your mother dies. I'm gonna buy one of those things. What to make it with? All right, All right, hold on. Just one. All right, fuck it. Apparently they're not going to tell me dick. All right, then this one, let's make a cheeseburger pizza.
Let's make cheeseburger pizza because my wife wanted it. I'm the wannabe chef. Let's get into it. First thing we got to do, we're going to pump out a pizza dough. We're going to mix all of our ingredients together. Mix it until it's all incorporated. Then we're going to fold it once. Whatever. We're going to fold it twice. Then we're going to let that rise for about 6 hours. Broke it into 5 separate pieces into the fridge to cold ferment. Now we got to prep our toppings. We have bacon. We're going to break down our onion. We got to grate some cheese. I used cheddar and pepper jack on this one. Now let's build our sauce. San Marzano tomatoes, Italian seasoning, garlic, salt. Blend it up. And what's a cheeseburger without the burger? Brown that up. Now it's time to assemble. Stretch it out onto the hot pizza stone. First thing down is the sauce, then the burger, bacon, onion, pickles, cheese. Bake at 515, serve. Let me know what I should do next. I'm the wannabe chef. Thanks for watching.
Well, that was pointless. Now we'll go to, she hasn't made an appearance in a minute, but sandwich whore.
You hungry? Want me?
Okay, what is this open short thing? Just wear your fucking bikini.
To make you a sandwich?
I assume caramelized onions, blue cheese, mayo. Fuck is she making? Dijon. Okay, so basically there's Dijonnaise. Alright, at least it's a nice rare. I'll give her that.
Perfect. Here you go.
Well, it's not horrible. The look is horrible. The outfit's horrible, but at least that isn't. All right, this is somebody new, and I don't know if this is a joke or what. Let me close some of these tabs. This is just called chili. This is stuff Dave does. Not this particular Dave. Another guy named Dave.
Olive oil.
Oh, no. Oh, God in heaven, no. Please tell me this is a joke.
Little extra virgin olive oil on the top.
Oh, my God. They're fucking frozen burritos. They don't need any love. They're already the unloved byproduct of bullshit.
Mmm.
Well, your pan's too hot and you already burn them. You're also using a metal utensil in a non-stick pan. Dude, you don't need to they don't work that way. You want to put them in the oven or the fucking air fryer. Oh my God, I'm feeling bad for goddamn frozen burritos.
I'm going to put a hole in here.
Just stop! What did you do? You didn't put a hole. You massacred him. God damn, the guy from Psycho was more precise with his cuts.
So I've decided to cut these in 3 because I'm making chili, see?
Oh, God. Please, please, for the love of God in heaven and all that is holy, please make sure, please let this be a joke.
They just fall apart, see? So I got them cooked about halfway now. Steak, chili.
Oh, God. The fact that at some point some animals gave their lives for this. I have to pee and take a break.
First, I'm going to add some cherry tomatoes. So a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on top of some of those tomatoes. You need to break them apart. See, that's the way I cut them in 3 after they were halfway cooked, because they're still half frozen. So now most people just microwave these. I don't even own a microwave. Uno, dos. Two cans of steak chili. Now you can put anything in if you want. I'm just going to leave it just like this. Now, I do have some crackers on the side, or you could put garlic bread, whatever you want. Now, this is not a bowl chili. This is a plate chili. Cowboy chili, put on plate. Mexican. You know, enchiladas and chili. Chili. Thick, thick.
God
now
in
let this
heaven,
go for about 8
fuck
minutes.
my
and then
goddamn...
boom. Enjoy.
What was that? God, does he do anything else? Follow you're gonna need Jesus. I don't want to. Ugh, God. All right, let's see if he can possibly do this. Fried eggs.
Okay, let's fry some eggs. That's right, I'm gonna fry you, man.
Okay, his pan's dirty! Oh my God. His fucking pan is dirty! Oh my God! Do you have running water?
Extra virgin olive oil. It's the only oil I ever use.
Oh my God! He couldn't even be bothered to wipe his fucking pan out! I am saying it now. This guy is worse than even Cooking with Jack. I don't know. Maybe there is something to this Jesus stuff, because how are you still alive?
It's more expensive, but it's worth the health benefits.
Yeah, you're right. The health benefits. You know, health benefits like cooking in a clean fucking pan. Oh my God.
You know, it's funny. These are large. Those are not large eggs. I grew up on a farm. Those are not.
Yeah, those are large eggs by supermarket standards. The eggs you're talking about would probably be closer to jumbo. Oh my God, what the fuck is in with... Oh my God, this is the worst cook I've ever seen.
Large eggs. These are smaller than I was getting last year. However, I went to a major box store and they only had 4 dozen eggs left on the shelf.
I don't know, then get some fucking chicken and make your own goddamn eggs and butcher them like this. Also, your pan is too fucking hot! That's why the eggs are sticking like this!
So on Thursday, I was there 5 days ago and they had unlimited amount of eggs.
No, there's no such thing as an unlimited amount of eggs. There's a finite amount of eggs. It might be large, but there's a finite amount of eggs. What the fuck is this?
And now they only had 4 or 5 dozen. They were running out of eggs, which is just a crazy world we live in.
No, supply chain shit happens all the goddamn time.
They don't look perfect.
Oh my God! What the fuck? What the fuck is that? you saying follow Jesus? Are you saved by him? Because I think you're the product of the devil.
Because my spatula, I had to get rid of my spatula. I had to use this.
Oh my God. While you were at that big box store, I don't know what it is. It could be everything from Walmart to Country Bob's Bumpkin fucking country store. But while you were there, do you think you could have picked up another fucking spatula? God damn, I'll Venmo the $5.
But they'll taste real pretty in my mouth.
No. No, they won't. I would seriously rather lick a goddamn female camel's pussy than eat this.
All right, praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord.
Yeah, praise the Lord.
In this video, we're going to be cooking and tasting
Praise the Lord, and may he not actually have to make me eat your goddamn eggs. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. Is this what fanatical Christians cook like? Anyway, leveling up Baked Ziti.
The best part of a baked ziti is the crispy edges. Usually you bake a lasagna or a ziti in something like this, a baking dish. But look at this thing. Only 4 corners? Get the f out of here with that. So how do you serve baked ziti a smarter way? A way that turns the entire pasta into one crispy edge is you swap the baking dish for a sizzle plat. This is the new way to make baked ziti. This is sizzling meatball rigatoni.
So what, no fucking ziti now?
Hey!
For me, ziti is a baked pasta that has...
Actually, I agreed with Anthony on that one, AJ on that one. It's his birthday. His grandma's supposed to come and bring a baked ziti, and then she backed out and pissed and, you know, didn't want to come. You had every right to say, what, no fucking ziti?
ricotta in it. Beyond that, you could do kind of whatever you want. So I've got some whole milk ricotta. Gonna add that whole thing to a blender. We're just gonna whip it. Ricotta could be a bit grainy, so by just pureeing it and whipping it, we just create a nice smooth texture that we're gonna use throughout this dish. So we've got this, we're gonna use it a few times. And now we need to puree our tomatoes. We got our food mill, bowl, and I'm going with some beautiful Italian.
You know, you could have just done that in the goddamn blender, but whatever, you do you.
Italian tomatoes today. Really nice, kind of earthy, minerally, acidic, slightly sweet. Just gonna squeeze some of the plum tomatoes just to help the food mill do its job. And then we're just gonna work it through. All the seeds and the skin are going to be held up while all the juice and the flesh gets pushed through the machine. Essentially making a tomato passata. You could also use a bottle of that. Go through, clean out the bottom. It's where all the body of the sauce is, really. And we're just gonna push through any of the last remaining bits. If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend it. So now we have a nice tomato puree.
Well, maybe I'll have to buy one there, smart ass.
It's got a lot of water in it though. It's really loose, so we're going to cook that down later, reduce it to a nice weekday sauce, but we're gonna need that for the meatballs. Here we got a pound of meat, 1/3 pound veal, 1/3 pound beef, 1/3 pound pork. To that, I'm gonna add an egg. Now the first step to my meatballs, it's more of a process thing. It's the egg and the meat marry with each other. I'm gonna break all that meat up and try and get every ounce of it coated in the egg. To me, that just creates the best consistency. And this method of meatballs, the way that I do.
I'm sorry, I'm still on the last cooking video I did. How the fuck do you fuck up fried eggs that bad? Oh my God.
It is basically designed around maximal and even distribution of flavors and texture. So now that I can see all that egg is soaked up by the meat, we can make that little slurry, I like to call it. Really just like a panade. You ever seen dried bread soaked in milk in Italy to make meatballs? That's what this is. So we got a bowl here. I'm gonna go in with some of my tomato sauce, maybe a tablespoon or two. Healthy pinch of salt, tablespoon or two of our ricotta. Got Pecorino Romano cheese here grated. Pecorino, not Parmigiano. Key in meatballs. So I'm gonna add
That ruined the entire rest of the stream for me. I cannot get those two videos out of my fucking head. Oh my god.
about half cup, equal amount of breadcrumbs, clove of garlic grated on a microplane. Again, even distribution of that flavor. No harsh garlic bits. And one big one should be enough. 2 max, but don't go overboard with garlic. Then some chopped fresh parsley. Then all of those flavors that you might normally just throw into the meat, we're gonna now mix together with our hands. The other benefit is then you can now taste this without any egg in it, and it should be like way more powerful than you can eat alone, because all of that salt and all of that flavor is now gonna be used to flavor our meat. So now we're gonna take that and incorporate it into the meat and egg, and we should end up with perfect little meat.
Seriously, is there a thing with like, is he a fanatical Christian or something? Like, is bad cooking, like ungodly, horrible cooking, is that like a trademark of theirs? Because I thought churches had pretty good food. It's like the only point of going to church.
Balls. I want to make sure all of that flavor is all over. Should smell like it's gonna be good. Now we're gonna make mini meatballs. The fastest way that I found to do that is to just kind of make it like a log. And I'm just gonna start to like pick little balls and throw them on there. Doesn't need to be even, it just needs to be more on the smaller side. We're basically just
Damn, he wasn't kidding about the mini part, son of a bitch.
going to free up some portions and then go through and re-roll them into nice little mini meatballs. I don't know about you, but much as I love regular meatballs, mini meatballs, they kind of reign supreme in my book. I think the first time I made these, I made them with like a teaspoon or something. That's far too slow. Then I'll just go through and roll and then arrange them. Again, they don't have to be perfect. These smaller balls are way more
I just roll them when I pulled it off the log.
rustic. That should be enough for the portion I'm making today. Now, if you watched my advanced pasta and meatballs
So, what are you doing with the rest of the meat?
video that I posted last year, you'll know the most important thing now.
Oh my god, if I have a heart attack. I'm sorry, I'm still on those 2 videos. Just how can you make something that bad?
Is to let these marinate. At least 30 minutes, literally the longer the better. If you let this go for 4 hours, overnight, these get better. While those marinate, we can now get our weekday sauce started. Now I'm gonna get my
Jesus Christ. I don't know what I'm more irritated by. I don't know what it bothered me more. The fucking chili burrito, whatever the fuck. Or those goddamn eggs. You know, chickens had to be stressed to make those.
saucier, and I'm gonna barely coat the bottom of the pan with some extra virgin olive oil. Then I'm gonna toss in the basil stem and the garlic, and I'm gonna allow that to slowly come up to temp and allow the garlic
I think something inside me died.
and basil flavor to infuse into the olive oil. That flavored olive oil in turn will flavor the tomatoes. Season them with a little bit of salt, and we're really looking to get some really light browning caramelization going on the garlic. Give them a flip. After a few minutes, we can remove the basil. And whenever you're adding tomatoes, you can't be scared when you add it. Add it all swiftly at once, and that should simmer the temperature of the pan. Season those tomatoes with some salt, then bring it up to a simmer, and we're gonna push this off to the side and let this reduce while we cook our meatballs. For those, I'm going to use a large nonstick pan, just to make my life a little.
Really? I figured you'd bake them.
bit easier. Again, we're gonna add a healthy amount
I mean, they're pretty small, so this amount of olive oil might constitute deep frying.
of olive oil because I want to shallow fry the meatballs and allow that to come up to temperature. Once it's hot, we can go ahead and test the oil with one meatball, and once we're confident it's hot enough, we can get them all into the pan.
So
You want to see the
essentially
oil
deep fried
sizzling
those little fuckers.
once they're added. Once they're in the pan, we're gonna even them out into one layer and then not move them for about 2 minutes and allow them to develop really dark caramelized color on that first side. Once you see that color develop, you can give them a toss. If some of them need a little hand with some tongs, you can flip them over, and then we're just trying to brown the other side. Once all those little mini meatballs are browned, they can get added to the sauce. And you gotta drain that fat. You can either pour it into a strainer over a bowl to separate the two, or you can carefully use a slotted spoon and start to just drain them and transfer them into the tomato sauce. We're just gonna get those stirred around and allow those to simmer and cook through, which should only take a couple minutes. And
I might try this. I might actually try this. I'm sorry, those 2 videos killed me. I'm dead, Horatio.
for that sauce to thicken and reduce to the right consistency.
The one who dies with the most toys wins.
Look at this amazing demonstration.
Now we got our cheeses.
I don't understand anything more. I completed the Eric Cartman joke, but the last time I did that, some people got me a wellness check.
I've got a whole milk, low moisture, and dried out, cured fresh mozz. First up, I'm just gonna slice up the fresh mozz. And then we're just gonna dice it up. This is way too much. And then for the low moisture, I'm just gonna use the slicer and a box grater. And you get little pieces like that. Should be plenty. By now, our sauce is nicely reduced. See the difference in consistency? Sort of coats the meatballs. Let's taste it. Very nice. Those tomatoes, as opposed to like a California tomato, which are super sweet, we get a nice, pleasant, balanced acidity and sweetness to the Italian tomatoes. My ideal is a blend, but sometimes you don't need to make 3 cans worth of sauce. I got my oven preheating at 500 degrees. We're gonna start it off really hot, cook it for a few minutes just to get everything melty, and then we're gonna hit it with the broiler. Now you'd say if you're making this for 4 people, how
All right, let's skip a bit, brother.
marrying it in the pasta to marry with each other so that when I go and bake them, it's not just pasta sitting on top of a runny sauce. Then we can turn the heat off, allow the pasta to cool down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add in about a ½ cup or so of the whipped ricotta. Then I'm gonna stir that in. That's gonna cool down the pasta. It's going to emulsify, and it's gonna add a creaminess and a lightness to the sauce. Then we can finish with a handful of grated Parmigiano Reggiano. And then we're gonna toss in a few pieces of the cubed mozzarella and a few pieces of the sliced low moisture mozzarella directly to the pasta and get it tossed. Now this pasta is ready to be placed on the sizzle platter and baked. We're just gonna get that onto the sizzle platter. Then we're just gonna start to dot it. Make sure some of that cheese touches the sizzle platter, crisps up. Interchanging the different mozzarellas. You get different consistency.
I need to buy a sizzle platter. I wonder how much they are. Let's check it out. Amazon. Stupid computer. All right. Now here's
These different flavors. And we're also sort of ensuring we've got some blank areas for the pasta to get crisp. Hit it with a little olive oil, some parm. Before it goes in, we're gonna add the rest of the ricotta to a piping bag. I'm gonna cut it down the middle. I'm gonna take those ends, tie it together. Gonna prep another bag with a tip. I'm gonna push that tip out. Then we're gonna cut the ricotta off. Oh, and then we're just gonna pop it into the bag. And then we're just gonna pipe little bits of ricotta, which we're gonna allow to bake, but then we're gonna finish some fresh, just so you've got both of those textures again. Then we're just gonna pop that into the oven at 500 degrees and allow it to cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. While that cooks, we have some breadcrumbs here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil, olive oil. And I'm just gonna mix that together and hydrate those breadcrumbs. We're gonna add these on in the final minute or two to get them nice and crisp. And then for garnish, I like to take the top pieces that come in like a little bundle. And then I got this nice little flower almost of basil. Now once all that cheese is beautiful and melty, then we're gonna switch it onto the broiler, start to get some browning and some caramelization happening. And once we're about a minute in a few spots, some fresh ricotta flavor underneath.
All right, well that looks great. What was that thingy called? What was that thingy said again?
And then I'm gonna go ahead and add in about a half cup or so of the whipped ricotta. Then I'm gonna stir that in, that's gonna crust. Now this pasta is ready to be placed on the sizzle platter and baked.
Thank you. All right, let's move on to... well, what the hell? I haven't suffered enough yet. Mexican Supreme Pizza, cooking with Jack.
Just Do's and Don'ts Hoppers Edition. Do speak the language.
Welcome to the kitchen. Get ready, let's go. It's cooking with Jack. Put on a tasty show.
Hey guys, okay, so today's Supreme Pizza, we talked about a bunch of them on the live show. We decided to go with Mexican. You guys probably have a lot of Mexican restaurants around. You're probably over Mexican, but overall, everybody likes Mexican food, Mexican flavors. They're amazing. So I think I have collected enough to go on this pizza. Not too much. We're gonna put very little, but we're gonna use Mexican flavors and make a Mexican Supreme Pizza. And so let's just start with, there we go, we'll put the trash in the sink. Let's just start with the base. This is the crust, ready to go. We're going to open up a Taco Bell. Now listen, at any level, you can get hotter if you want, okay? I'm doing all mild. Mild avocado sauce, mild Taco Bell. So let's get this out and get it all spread.
No. Other way. You twisted it the wrong way. What do you want me to do? Just look down. All right. Just look at me. Look what I'm doing. Yeah. All right. See the way I'm twisting it? Yeah.
There we go. We need more. We'll go back for more. I got Mexi cheese instead of mozzarella. Always put a little bit as a base to our pizza.
Dude, that's an entire bag!
Okay, take your hand, give it a good push out without jalapenos. Let me dump out the juice here. Let's go bring over our chorizo. We basically have brown chorizo. I'll get it right now. All right, just in case you wanted to see me brown the chorizo, here it is. I have to tell you, I'm in my rock frying pan, and they have the same coating and a lot cheaper than Hexclad. So if you like Hexclad, this is just as slick. This is just as wonderful. This is just as good without the price tag.
Then that means it probably sucks.
I know the Hispanics flavor their ice cream with this, I think it's tagine. I don't know what it's pronounced, but that's what it looks like. They have liquid form, they have powdered form, they have seasoning. They season ice cream with this, so it's sweet and spicy. Anyway, this isn't that hot, but it's got a lot of Mexican flavor to it. There we go. Take a little cilantro. Put that on there. I'm gonna sprinkle a little cumin. Some people say cumin, but I've heard it both ways. Last but not least, take our chorizo. Just came out of the frying pan, so it's a little hot.
Well, you burnt the shit out of it.
Now we're gonna grab the rest of our cheese. Got seasoning.
What the
got
hell?
ingredients.
What's another pound of cheese on it?
Got your protein. Now, the rest of it, we're going to put some guacamole on here. We're going to drizzle some avocado sauce on here. But that's all after it's done cooking. 400, 12 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven. Keep an eye on it. When it looks good, the crust looks golden, pull it out. All right? All right, guys. The pizza's cooked.
Again, Jack, just from... Fuck it, who cares?
Cooking, we're waiting. Just want to let you know, Cooking with Jack hats, shirts are all on the store. We got 2026 shirts. We got Welcome to the Boys Club. We got Tech Time. We got Jack on the Go. Yeah, we got F and Frank. We got all the merchandise. Hats, shirts, hoodies, the works. So, go to my link tree down below. It's got all my products. All right, let's go check on the pizza. Okay, guys. I gotta tell you, this might be a failure. I don't know.
No, that's a failure. Your dough is still fucking raw. And your chorizo has been Chernobylized. I don't know what this ring around this shit is that is just sogging up the dough, and I don't want to know.
The crust doesn't look browned or golden or anything.
No,
but it
looks
feels
terrible.
cooked.
It feels cooked. I can take one look at that and tell you it's not.
So if you touch it, it's crispy.
Okay. Jack, if you're going to use this dough again, what you need to do is get it into the shape you want it, be it a rectangle or a circle. And what you want to do is par bake it. That means give it, like, let's say 5 minutes in the oven. Then put your toppings on it. And then return it to the oven for another 5 minutes or whatever. This dough, I guarantee you, goddamn-tee you, is still raw.
Just looks weird. The whole
No, it doesn't. It looks like a disaster. This is still raw dough.
It looks weird. The cheese looks weird. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. I'm not happy with the look of it. The smell is good. It smells amazing. Once again, when we're done, we'll cut into it and try it out. But I'm telling you, it's not looking right. Oh, I know why. Because I use Mexi cheese instead of mozzarella.
No, that's not it. You need to par-bake your fucking dough.
So it's more yellow. Okay, that kind of explains it.
No, even if you use mozzarella, it'd look like this.
I don't normally use Mexi cheese.
Also, where did all this oil come from? Where did all this fucking... Was the chorizo even cooked? Because that would be where this oil comes from, is the fact that the chorizo isn't cooked. Just... Jesus Christ.
Other than maybe on nachos. So, let's go ahead and finish this. And what I'm going to do is...
Oh my God. Oh my God. How does this end up?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete...
So I'm going to press down. Kind of spread that out. I don't need to go anymore.
Oh my God.
We got enough with the avocado.
Oh my
But
God.
Tammy loves this avocado sauce.
For the love of
It is
God!
at medium heat. I'm sorry. I said mild. I guess we picked up medium. Okay, before we try this, I figured out exactly what...
Oh my God, this pizza looks like it came off the fucking set of The Goddamn Exorcist. The fool that said there is no God obviously never seen this pizza.
that looks like. It looks like a bird pooped on a pizza. That's it. I knew it.
No, bird's poop isn't green.
It looked like something. All right. Let me make a prediction. Probably just going to be okay. Here we go.
Okay, that dough is still raw.
Nothing wrong with it. A little spicy. I
Except everything.
like that. Junior's going to love it. I probably would give it, it's just okay. I mean, I'm not going to make it again. I'm not raving about it, but...
Yeah, Jack, if you knew what the fuck you were doing, you'd probably be okay. But anyway, that's our show. This one almost killed me. Good night, everybody.